Lily greets all dear listeners of the Destiny Tales channel during our familiar broadcast slot today. We invite you and your friends to enjoy a fascinating short story titled Seducing My Brother-in-Law. We hope this story brings you moments of relaxation and intrigue. After listening, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel to support Lily and our storytelling team. I was folding clothes, preparing to catch an early bus to the city tomorrow morning, when my mom came in and called me. "Emma, have you finished packing yet?" "Yes, Mom, I'm all done," I replied. "Then come eat." "Dinner's ready," she said. I felt a pang of sympathy for my mom. I stood up and hugged her tightly. "Mom, I don't want to leave you. How about I stay here with you?" My mom gently stroked my hair and looked at me with affection. "My sweet girl, go to the city and work with your sister and her husband. Come back to visit me on Sundays when you're off. You're not abandoning me, so don't feel reluctant. Work hard and earn money, okay?" "Yes, Mom. I'll earn lots of money and bring you to the city with me. We won't have to struggle like this anymore. I promise. Whatever you do, always take care of your health, alright? Health is the most important thing. Don't worry about me. I'm fine here, growing vegetables and raising chickens. I live comfortably, so you can focus on yourself." "Yes, Mom, I understand," I said. "My name is Emma, and I'm 19 years old. After finishing high school, I didn't pass the university entrance exams, so I stayed home to help my mom with farming. Our village, Willow Creek, is still quite poor, with low literacy rates, but it's incredibly peaceful. Most of the young people in the village have left for the city to work, so evenings here are eerily quiet. By 9 p.m., every house has turned off its lights, and people are asleep. There are no streetlights, so the nights are silent, and no one ventures outside. Since I'd just finished school, I hadn't planned to go to the city for work yet. It was just me and my mom at home, and I wanted to stay to help her and ease her burdens. That is, until one day, my cousin Sophia, who lives in the city, came back to Willow Creek for a visit. Sophia is stunning and charming, so when she moved to the city, she quickly met and married a man from there named James. He's the director of a large garment company. Ever since Sophia married into wealth, her parents' lives transformed. She invested money for them to build a new house, buy a car, and purchase land. In short, her family's fortunes changed dramatically because of her marriage. They now live a comfortable, leisurely life. One day, Sophia's family held a celebration, so my mom and I went to their house, and I met Sophia. "Emma, what are you studying now?" she asked. "I've stopped studying, Sophia," I replied. "Stopped? So, are you getting married soon then?" "No, I'm not thinking about marriage yet." "Then are you planning to work, or just stay home helping your mom with the farm?" "I'm not sure yet," I admitted. "Why don't you come to the city and work for me? Our company is short on workers." After listening to Sophia paint a bright future for me, I decided to go to the city to work for her and her husband. My mom agreed immediately since I'd be working for family, which reassured her. I stayed home with my mom for one more day before packing my bags and heading to the city. Since I'm family, I didn't need to rent a place. I moved into Sophia and James's house, which saved me a lot of money. Working at their company was comfortable since I was the boss's cousin, so everyone treated me kindly. Everything went smoothly for me. Sophia and James's house was incredibly luxurious, the first time I'd ever stayed in such a grand place. During the day, I worked at the company, and in the evenings, I helped Sophia look after her child. She was thrilled to have me care for her kid. Back in the village, I was tan and plain, but after just a month in the city, my skin lightened, and I started looking more polished. When I got my first paycheck, Sophia gave me an extra $100 for helping with her child. I took a bus back to Willow Creek and gave all the money to my mom, keeping only a few dollars for small purchases. I spent 2 days with her before returning to the city to continue working. I promised myself I'd work hard so my mom wouldn't have to struggle anymore. Recently, their housekeeper returned to her hometown for personal matters, so I helped Sophia with household chores, cleaning, cooking, and laundry. I was quick and thorough, and Sophia was very pleased. She said, "Why don't you stop working at the company and stay here as our housekeeper? I'll pay you $500 a month, and you can live here. What do you think?" After thinking it over, I nodded in agreement. The pay was higher than at the company, so I officially became the housekeeper for my cousin and her husband. With me taking care of the child, Sophia had more free time. She started going out with friends, dining, and socializing. Almost every day, she was out having fun, leaving all the housework and childcare to me. I was so efficient that she trusted me completely, letting me decide everything, what the family would eat, what to buy, without needing her input. Gradually, I felt like I was the lady of the house, while Sophia seemed more like a guest. Even James, her husband, would ask me for things because Sophia didn't know where I kept stuff. After some time living with them, I began to notice changes in myself. Bigger ambitions started forming in my mind. Today marks exactly 2 months since I started working as their housekeeper. My bond with Sophia grew closer. Wherever she went, she'd ask me what to wear or how to do her makeup to stand out among her friends. She trusted my opinions completely. Honestly, Sophia is beautiful, oval face, straight nose, heart-shaped lips, but she's so vain that she's never satisfied. With too much free time, she'd often stare in the mirror and ask me, "Emma, I'm thinking of getting a nose job. Do you think it's a good idea?" Even though her nose was already perfect, I played along. "Yes, Sophia, a nose job would make you look even more glamorous." So, she booked a nose job right away. Then she got her chin sculpted and cheek fillers. At first, her face looked naturally gorgeous, but she kept going for more procedures, and her face started looking stiff and unnatural. Yet, every time she asked, I'd praise her endlessly to make her happy. Words are free, so I said whatever pleased her. This morning, we were having breakfast when I noticed Sophia looking down. I probed, "Sophia, why do you look so sad?" She sighed. "It's James. He says I'm not as pretty anymore. He said I looked better before." In my mind, I thought James was right. Her face now looked like a plastic doll, stiff as a robot. But I'd never say that. Instead, I said gently, "Oh, come on, you're so beautiful." I know why he said that. He's probably jealous because you're getting prettier every day. He's worried about losing you. Sophia's eyes widened. Why would he not like that? No man dislikes his wife getting more beautiful. Is he really worried about losing me? Exactly, I said. You're so stunning now, he's scared someone else will steal you. Sophia beamed, her ego inflated. I'm thinking of getting a breast augmentation. I want them bigger. I see those girls on social media with big chests, and it's so eye-catching. I egged her on. Yes, if we women are mesmerized, imagine how men feel. You've got to be gorgeous, Sophia. If I had money, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But I'm poor, so I just have to accept it. If you've got the money, why not enhance your beauty? Exactly, she exclaimed. Should I lend you some money for it? No, thanks. I'm saving to fix up Mom's house first. You're the one with money, so keep enhancing your beauty. With a handsome husband like James, you've got to stay gorgeous, or you might lose him. Lose him? She asked, alarmed. Yes, I said. Girls these days are so pragmatic. They go after rich, handsome men like James. He's such a catch, rich and good-looking. You've got to watch out. Sophia nodded thoughtfully. You're right. I see all those stories online about affairs, usually with young, pretty college girls. I could lose him if I'm not careful. Exactly, I said. Learn from those stories. Honestly, you should just overhaul everything. You've got the money for it. Sophia agreed enthusiastically. You're so right. We women have to be beautiful, truly beautiful. A few days later, Sophia was constantly at beauty clinics. On Sunday, James was home, but Sophia was out getting treatments. At 9 a.m., James woke up and came downstairs, not seeing his wife. I was holding their daughter at the gate when he asked, "Emma, where's Sophia?" I knew she was at the clinic but pretended otherwise. "I'm not sure." "Didn't she tell you?" "No," he said, sighing. "I thought couples were supposed to tell each other where they're going." "Lately, she's been obsessed with beauty treatments," he added. I said softly, "She's a modern woman, I guess. But honestly, I prefer natural beauty. After her treatments, she looks a bit stiff, not as natural." "I've told her that, but she doesn't listen," he said. "She even told me she's planning to tear it all down and rebuild," I said, chuckling. "But artificial stuff needs careful handling, or it might break." James sighed and went inside. I smiled to myself, knowing I was sowing seeds of discord to make things more interesting. I carried the baby inside and handed her to James. "You hold her, and I'll cook." I knew Sophia wouldn't be back until evening, so it was just James, the baby, and me at home. I deliberately left a button on my blouse undone, subtly revealing my chest as I stood in front of James. "What do you want to eat?" "I'll cook." "Anything's fine," he said. "How about steamed shrimp?" "It pairs perfectly with beer," I suggested. "Sounds good," he agreed. Watching James hold the baby in the living room, I suddenly felt a pang of envy. How lucky Sophia was, a village girl who snagged a handsome, wealthy husband. A thought crossed my mind: what if I could have him? As I was musing, James called out, "Emma, the baby's hungry. Can you make her milk?" I quickly prepared the bottle and took the baby. "Come here, little one." James smiled. "You're so capable, Emma." "I'm a village girl," I said playfully. "If I'm not capable, how will I ever find a husband?" "Do you have a boyfriend yet?" he asked. "Not yet." "Know anyone you could introduce me to?" "How old are you?" 19. "I have some single friends." "What kind of guy do you like?" I smiled coyly. "Someone like you, James." "Like me?" "Yes. I admire Sophia so much for marrying you. I'd be happy to find someone even half as handsome and successful as you, but that's probably impossible." James grinned, flattered. "You're making me blush. I'm just an ordinary guy." "No way," I said. "To me, you're my idol." I flirted shamelessly, testing if a young, capable village girl like me could sway him. It was thrilling to flirt with someone else's husband. After cooking, I set the table beautifully, grabbed 5 beers from the fridge, and called James like we were a couple. "Honey, come eat." James laughed as he sat down. "Just us? Where's the baby?" "She's asleep." "Let's eat." I gazed at James seductively, opening beers for him. "Drink up." I poured myself a glass too. Normally, when Sophia was home, I didn't eat with them and kept my demeanor professional. But with her gone, I let loose, playing the innocent village girl while flirting with James. At first, James was sober and ignored my advances. But after a few beers, he started getting tipsy and looked at me differently. Seeing my chance, I took his hand, placed it on my chest, and whispered, "Feel this. It's real, not like Sophia's fake silicone." James, half drunk, mumbled, "I like natural, like you. Hers are too big, kind of scary." I leaned closer. James, I like you. I like you so much. He chuckled. I'm your cousin's husband. So? She's just my cousin, not my sister. As I slid my hand into his pants, James, now fully drunk, fell into my arms. We kissed passionately, and he reciprocated with equal fervor. I pulled him into their bedroom, thinking smugly, Sophia, today I'm going to sleep with your husband in your bed. Just as we were lost in the moment, Sophia came home. She called from the living room, James? Emma? Where is everyone? Panic hit me. Why is she back now? The fun had just started. Hearing her footsteps nearing, I was too frantic to escape without running into her at the door. With no other option, I dove under the bed and hid, holding my breath. Sophia walked in, saw James on the bed, and asked, "Are you drunk?" James pulled her close. "You're back, babe." "Yeah. Why are you so drunk?" "Where's Emma?" "I don't know," he mumbled. I lay under the bed, terrified she'd find out. I planned to slip out when she went to the bathroom, but instead, she stripped off her dress, climbed onto the bed, and started making love with James right above me. I was furious, that should have been me beside him. But Sophia's timing ruined everything. The sounds above were unbearable. I gritted my teeth, seething with jealousy. After what felt like forever, they finished, and Sophia went to shower. I crawled out and bolted outside. When Sophia came downstairs and saw me washing dishes, she asked, "Emma, where were you?" Despite my rage, I smiled sweetly. "I just popped out to buy some things." "Have you eaten? Want me to cook something?" "No, I've eaten," she said. "Hey, does my face look less swollen today?" Though her face was still red and puffy, I gushed, "It's much better. You look so glamorous now, Sophia." "Really?" she beamed. "James keeps saying I'm not pretty, but he's probably just worried about losing me." "Exactly," I said. "He's scared because you're so stunning." I kept praising her to feed her delusion that she was the most beautiful. She grinned, thrilled, and went upstairs. The moment she left, my face darkened. I had him right there, and she ruined it. How did she come back at the worst moment? But the battle had just begun. If I lost this round, I'd plan the next. There was plenty of time. I was determined to take Sophia's place. That evening, at a restaurant, Sophia asked me to take photos of her family. Seeing them look so happy together made me sick with envy. I wanted to replace her. In front of Sophia, I played the obedient cousin, but the second she went to the bathroom, I flirted with James, brushing my foot against his leg. "James, I like you so much." "What do I do?" He whispered, "Careful, Sophia might see." "I know, but I'm crazy about you." "I can't help it." "Okay," he said. "Tonight, I'll come to you." "I'll be waiting," I purred. When Sophia returned, I acted normal, my face expressionless. I felt like I had multiple personalities, better than any actress. That night, I wore a thin nightgown, spritzed on Sophia's perfume, and waited for James. He lay in bed, pretending to sleep, while Sophia scrolled on her phone. "You asleep?" she asked. "Yeah, I'm tired," he mumbled. James waited, glancing at Sophia, but she stayed awake, wired from coffee. I waited downstairs, growing impatient. Finally, I tiptoed upstairs to check, but there was no sign of James. Sighing, I thought, he's probably scared of his wife. What a coward. That night, James let me down again. I was disappointed but told myself there'd be more chances. I'd win him over eventually. The next morning, I woke early to shop for breakfast. James came downstairs, scratching his head. "Sorry, Emma, I fell asleep last night." I pouted. Fell asleep, or didn't want to come? I really fell asleep. Don't be mad. I'll make it up to you. How? He pulled out his wallet and gave me $500. Go buy some clothes. I pocketed the money but kept sulking. I don't want money. I want you. I know, he said. I'll figure it out. Don't be mad. Fine, I said, smiling. Eat breakfast and head to work. After 2 failed attempts, my chance finally came. Sophia announced she was going on a 2-day vacation with friends, leaving the house to me, James, and the baby. I was ecstatic. I packed Sophia's bags, and she reminded me, I'll be gone 2 days. Sleep with the baby, okay? In my head, I thought, I'll sleep with your daughter, and your husband. But outwardly, I said, don't worry, eat well, and come back soon. That night, with Sophia gone, James and I slept together in their marital bed. The thrill of sneaking around was intoxicating. From that moment, I became even more determined to replace Sophia as the lady of the house. To achieve that, I started plotting to drive a wedge between James and Sophia. James's mother, Margaret, came to visit from Germany. I'd heard she never liked Sophia, but since Sophia was pregnant, Margaret couldn't object to the marriage. This time, she was staying for a month, and I saw my chance to stir trouble. When Margaret arrived, I greeted her politely. Hello, ma'am. She eyed me. Who's this? Sophia answered, this is my cousin Emma from the village. She's our housekeeper. Does she have your bad habits? Margaret asked snidely. Sophia's face fell, but I stepped in humbly. My name is Emma. I'm from the countryside, so please forgive any mistakes. Margaret nodded. Polite enough. Let's go inside. Margaret was a fickle woman, openly disliking those she hated and showering gifts on those she liked. She'd never warmed to Sophia, and seeing Sophia's excessive cosmetic surgeries only deepened her disdain. At dinner, Margaret kept sighing at Sophia. Your face makes it hard to eat. It wasn't even ugly before, but now it's so stiff and fake-looking. Sophia forced a smile. It's still healing, Mom. It'll look better soon. Who knows if it'll get worse? Margaret scoffed. People with money go overboard with these things. Natural beauty lasts, artificial beauty fades fast. I secretly agreed, Sophia's natural look was better, but I stayed silent, enjoying Margaret's jabs. James, tired of his mother's criticism, said, let's just eat. Margaret sighed dramatically. This is hard to swallow. I whispered, did I cook badly, ma'am? No, it's fine, but I'm not in the mood. Tomorrow, get some pickled cabbage. I love that. Got it. I'll make crab soup with pickled cabbage. I didn't know your preferences, so I didn't prepare it today. Margaret shot Sophia a pointed look. Some people know what I like but don't bother to tell. Sophia stammered, I was busy and forgot to tell Emma. I covered for her. Please don't blame Sophia. She's been really busy. Margaret snorted. Busy? Busy with beauty treatments, forgetting the little things. Sophia snapped, why do you always pick on me? I'm not picking on you, Margaret retorted. You're too sensitive. I smirked as they bickered, thrilled at the tension. James, fed up, left the table. The next day, Sophia had a breast augmentation checkup, and James was at work, leaving me free to butter up Margaret. I cooked her favorite dishes, including crab soup and pickled cabbage, and flattered her endlessly. When she complained about her shoulders, I offered, let me massage them for you. As I massaged, I praised her. Your skin is so radiant, ma'am. It's naturally beautiful, unlike artificial beauty. Margaret beamed. You're right. I don't bother with surgeries. I hope I look half as good as you at your age, I said. She laughed, delighted, then sighed. Sophia's face looks like a plastic mannequin. It's depressing to look at. I piled on. She's addicted to surgeries. They call it a rich person's disease. Margaret scoffed. Her family was dirt poor. She only has this life because of James, and now she's wasting his money. Each procedure costs thousands, I added. Such a shame. Margaret fumed. The old saying's true, a wasteful woman ruins the household. You're so right, I said. James works so hard, and she throws money away. If this keeps up, they'll lose everything. Margaret was livid. I never approved of her, but she was pregnant, so I had to accept it. James will slave away his whole life to support her. That's so unfair to him, I said. What's your plan? It's a secret, she teased. Tell me. I'm curious. You're her cousin. I can't trust you. I'm just her cousin, not her sister. She's so arrogant, we're not on the same page. Want to be on my side? She asked. I hesitated, then said, if you're serious, I'm with you. Good, she said. Stick with me, Emma, and you won't regret it. That afternoon, Sophia came home, and Margaret confronted her. You're spending too much, Sophia. You don't earn a dime, but you burn through James's money. Sophia paused mid-sip. Mom, I'm tired. Can you not talk like that? Tired from getting your butt lifted and chest enhanced? Margaret sneered. You spend hundreds of thousands a month and don't think twice. My husband's fine with it, Sophia shot back. Why do you care? Margaret snapped, James slaves away, and you squander his money. Should I call your parents to talk some sense into you? I get treatments to make James proud of me, not embarrassed, Sophia argued. Proud? Margaret laughed. You look like a department store mannequin. You're delusional if you think you're beautiful. They argued fiercely, and I watched gleefully, holding the baby outside. The more they fought, the better. James came home, and I whispered, Sophia's being so rude to your mom. She's talking to her like they're equals. James sighed but said nothing. I added, you're so tired from work, and you come home to this. I feel so bad for you. Thanks, Emma, he said, stroking my hair. I'm glad you're here. He stormed inside, yelling, enough. You two fight all the time. It's exhausting. Margaret and Sophia stopped briefly, but soon resumed. Margaret called James spineless for not controlling his wife, and he stormed upstairs, too angry to argue with his mother. Their constant fighting wore James down, making him lean on me more. I took advantage, coaxing money from him to send home to my mom for house repairs. Women succeed with their words, don't they? Flattery gets you far. Sophia, frustrated, vented to me about Margaret. Emma, isn't she unreasonable? I spend James's money, and he's fine with it, but she keeps criticizing me. I nodded sympathetically. She's too much. If James doesn't care, why should she? Exactly. Sophia fumed. She's so old-fashioned. Look at her, dressed like a frump despite all her money. She's got rolls of fat and never bothers to look nice. You're right, I said. If you didn't take care of yourself, you'd end up like her. Keep investing in your beauty. Sophia trusted me completely, unaware I was relaying her words to Margaret, embellishing them for drama. Being two-faced was my specialty. One morning, after another fight with Margaret, Sophia went out with friends, leaving me with Margaret. I started gossiping. Ma'am, Sophia's been saying awful things about you. Margaret's face darkened. Like what? She called you old and ugly, said you're stingy and never buy nice clothes, always looking frumpy. She said you're overbearing, nitpicking her every move. Margaret was livid. That ungrateful brat. James married the wrong woman. She even said she'll keep spending to spite you, I added. Don't tell her I told you, or she'll kill me. Don't worry, Margaret said. I've got a job for you. Keep an eye on Sophia, what she does, what she spends. Report everything to me. Got it, I said, thrilled. I played both sides, fueling their hatred. Margaret despised Sophia, Sophia loathed Margaret, and James was fed up with both. One day, he called me from a cafe, too tired to go home. Emma, I'm exhausted. They're fighting again. I feel so bad for you, I said. You're under so much pressure at work, and you come home to this nonsense. I wish I could make them stop. Thanks, Emma, he said. If you're ever tired, come to me. I'll hold you and love you. A few days later, James took me on a 3-day trip, claiming I was visiting my mom. Margaret and Sophia, too busy fighting, didn't suspect a thing. Margaret even gave me $500 for my village visit, and Sophia gifted me clothes to take home. I was eating my cake and having it too. James and I had a blast, acting like newlyweds. With his work stress and family drama, the trip was a perfect escape, and my charm only deepened his infatuation. Meanwhile, back home, Margaret and Sophia kept clashing, their feud showing no end. When I returned, Sophia was thrilled to see me. Emma, I missed you. 3 days without you, and I had to cook and watch the kid. I smiled. Miss me that much? How's Mom doing? She's fine, I lied, holding up a pair of chickens I'd bought at the market, claiming they were from home. Margaret walked out, sneering at Sophia. Some people missed Emma like she was their mom. Shows how capable they are. Sophia snapped back, are you talking about me? I managed fine while Emma was gone. Managed? Margaret laughed. Ordering takeout, leaving laundry and the house filthy for 3 days? I just didn't get to it, Sophia retorted. You didn't lift a finger either. I smirked as they bickered. This house would fall apart without me, I said smugly. A month later, I devised a plan to oust Sophia. I visited a famous fortune teller in a neighboring town, Mr. Stone, and struck a deal. Here's $1,000. If you do well, I'll add more. His eyes widened. What do you need? Tomorrow, I'll bring someone to you. Follow my script, and we're good. Money talks, and even the best fortune tellers can't resist it. Back home, I played on Margaret's superstitious nature. Ma'am, when I was in the village, I saw a fortune teller who was spot on. He said I'd meet a benefactor in the city, and my life would improve. Margaret's curiosity piqued. Really? Yes, and that benefactor is you. You've given me so much since you arrived. I'm so lucky. She grinned. Keep being good, and you'll get more. Is the fortune teller nearby? She asked. Very close. Want to go see him? Let's do it. I called a taxi and took Margaret to Mr. Stone, who followed my script perfectly. He looked at us and said, what do you two want to know? Margaret smiled. About my family. This girl's my niece. Mr. Stone laughed. This girl will be your daughter someday. She's perfect for you, brings luck and fulfills your wishes. Margaret hesitated. I only have one son, and he's married. Pity, Mr. Stone said. She's a charm. Oh well, maybe you're not meant for such luck. Margaret was hooked, tipping him $250 for his accuracy. Eager to dig into Sophia, she asked, what about my daughter-in-law? Is she compatible with me? Mr. Stone sighed. She's not. You two fight constantly, never a peaceful day. Am I right? Margaret nodded. Yes, she exhausts me. She's your bad luck, he continued. She drains your energy and health. Living with her will ruin you. Margaret paled. She's that bad? And she's not compatible with your son either, he added. He can't earn enough to keep up with her spending. They'll end up poor if this continues. Margaret was terrified. I can't let her destroy my family. Don't take it too seriously, Mr. Stone said. Believe half of it. Half is too much, she snapped. I won't let anyone ruin us. On the way home, Margaret was silent, shaken. I played innocent. Ma'am, don't believe him too much. No, he's right, she insisted. I trust him completely. Back home, she was restless. Later, she pulled me aside. Emma, if James and Sophia divorced, what would you think? I don't know, I said, feigning ignorance. Why ask? I'll make James leave her. That fortune teller wasn't joking. I can't watch this house fall apart. I smirked inwardly, everything was going according to plan. One day, Sophia noticed Margaret's odd behavior. Emma, why is she so anxious lately? She won't even answer me. I shrugged. She's been like that since she saw the fortune teller. She went to a fortune teller? Sophia gasped. Yeah, something about divorce, wasteful spending, and incompatibility. I didn't catch it all. Sophia's face darkened. She's talking about me and James divorcing? That wicked old woman. I played dumb. What? I don't get it. She's evil, Sophia muttered. I thought she was kind. The next day, Margaret visited James at his company. I wanted to see how hard my son works. James fetched her water. What's up, Mom? Let's eat after you're done, she said. At a fancy restaurant, James tried calling Sophia, but Margaret stopped him. She's out. Call Emma instead. I arrived with the baby, and we ate together, feeling like a family. Margaret praised me to James. Emma's so good, great at housework and childcare. Whoever marries her will be lucky. James nodded. Yes, ma'am. Margaret looked at us. You two look like a perfect couple. Your ages match, and you'd thrive together. James, nervous about our secret affair, changed the subject. After lunch, Margaret took me shopping, buying me clothes, cosmetics, and perfume. She whispered, I want you to marry James. I want us to be a happy family. I played shy. But what about Sophia? Margaret scoffed. That ungrateful girl? I don't want to see her face again. Back home, Sophia was in the living room. Margaret sneered, not out today. I overslept, Sophia replied. Margaret called me to her room, addressing me as daughter in front of Sophia. We've eaten, so don't cook. If Sophia's hungry, she can cook herself. Sophia bristled. Why do you hate me so much? What did I do? You know what you did, Margaret snapped. They argued, and I focused on the baby, who clung to me more than Sophia. That night, James came home to Sophia complaining. Your mom says I'm useless. He snapped, can't you just let her talk? You're so stubborn. Your mom's unreasonable. Sophia cried. How can you take her side? Enough. James shouted. I'm tired of this. Margaret taunted Sophia. No one's on your side. You should leave. If James and I divorce, it's because of you. Sophia screamed. That night, furious and betrayed, Sophia packed her bags and left for her parents' house, intending to scare James and Margaret. But she didn't know that once she left, she'd never return. The next day, Margaret pushed James to file for divorce and urged me to become her daughter-in-law. James hesitated, worried about gossip, but Margaret insisted. That night, I boldly slept with James in their bedroom, with Margaret's full support. James seemed troubled, so I asked, "What's wrong? Are we being too harsh on Sophia?" he said. I kissed him. "Regretting letting her go? You've been with me for 2 months and don't feel responsible for me?" "I do care about you," he said. "I just feel bad for her. She's my cousin, and I don't feel guilty." "Why should you?" I seduced him again, and soon he forgot about Sophia. A week later, Sophia, desperate, came back to confront James. She saw me with the baby and was shocked when Margaret handed her divorce papers. "Sign it and set each other free." Sophia sobbed. "What did I do wrong?" "You're not good enough for James," Margaret said coldly. Furious, Sophia went to James's company but was turned away by security. The next day, she confronted him at home. "You have someone else, don't you?" "Just sign the papers," James said. "Let's not drag this out." As they argued, Margaret doused Sophia with dirty water. "Get out." Sophia was stunned. "How could you?" "I'm not your mother anymore," Margaret said. "Emma's my daughter-in-law now. She and James will marry after your divorce." Sophia, realizing I'd betrayed her, stormed inside. "Emma, you stole my husband." I shrugged. "It's just like you and James were. No big deal." "How long have you been with him?" "About 2 months." "You're despicable," she screamed, lunging at me. James dragged her out. "Leave and don't come back. We'll settle this in court." A month later, Sophia signed the divorce papers and stopped bothering us. I was busy planning my wedding to James, so I didn't care about her anymore. The day before the wedding, I went home to Willow Creek to prepare with my mom. "Emma," she said, "people here are talking about you. They say you stole Sophia's husband." "Let them talk," I scoffed. "It'll blow over." "Are you truly happy with this choice?" "Absolutely. James and his mom adore me." "Don't worry." That night, Sophia showed up at our house, holding a green bottle. "Living well, Emma?" "Who are you calling, dear?" I snapped. You filthy traitor." I fired back, "You were too naive. Blame yourself." We argued, and I told her to leave. "Get out, or I'll let the dogs loose." "You'll pay for what you've done," she sneered. I didn't notice the bottle, assuming it was just water. But Sophia opened it and threw acid in my face. The burning was unbearable. I collapsed, screaming, my face melting. "You stole my husband, so I'll ruin your face," she said. "Let's see if James still wants you." My wedding was postponed as I was rushed to the hospital. My face was unrecognizable, charred and deformed. Only my mom stayed by my side. Margaret, scared of trouble, fled abroad. James visited once but avoided me after seeing my face. I couldn't bear to look in the mirror. I looked like a monster. Everything I'd worked for was gone. I cried until I passed out, haunted by regret. James's company went bankrupt, and he sent the baby to live with Sophia. I tried contacting him for help with my medical bills, but he was powerless. With no options, I returned to Willow Creek with my mom, hiding my face from the world. I live in constant fear and regret, tormented by the price of my actions. The pain of destroying someone's family is a bitter lesson I'll never forget. That's the end of our short story. After listening, please like, share, and subscribe to support our storytelling team. Goodbye, and see you next time.